Sandra was 49 and she decided to enter a bikini competition to celebrate being 50. Here's an interview you're going to love. Sandra, you were 49, I think, when you decided to enter a bodybuilding competition. Can you tell us about that, please?
Yes, yes. I knew that I wanted to do something really big for my 50th birthday. And I really wanted to be in the best shape of my life. Even though I'm someone who has been in the gym and I've done marathons and lots of things, I really feel like challenges, when I give myself a challenge, something big, that I'll really, really stick to it and go for it. And I knew that I really wanted to be in the best shape of my life and wanted to build some muscle and thought, you know what? I think for my 50th birthday, I want to set a really big goal and I want to get on stage in a bikini. I had been working with a business coach who had been in the bodybuilding industry. And so that was inspiring for me, and I thought, well, you know what? For me to really stick to my program and know that I've got something I'm working towards, I'm going to go ahead and challenge myself to do a bodybuilding competition. So when I decided on this decision, it was like 9 months out. And I thought, my goodness, can I really do this? I've done lots of physical activity, but I've never worked out in the gym with weights. I didn't feel comfortable being in the gym because I didn't really know what I was doing. I was a little intimidated being in the gym and not knowing. So I knew that I needed to get some help and I hired a coach. And I basically went to find out, like, listen, this is the goal that I have. Do you think I can really do this in 9 months? Given it was like 9 months, I
Yeah.
think it was like 8 or 9 months time frame before my 50th birthday. And they were like, hey, if you want to do it, we'll do it. We'll work hard. We'll get you on stage. So that's where it started. I decided to hire a coach, right? And this is why I say coaches are so important, because when you're ready to up level your life, you need to get help. We can't always do it on our own. And we want someone who's already been there, who's done it, and know, the tried and true way to go ahead and go about this. Because if for those of you who may know or may not know, it's a lot of work to get on stage and build muscle. Not only is it working out in the gym, but it's really taking care of a lot of different things, making sure you're getting enough sleep each night, making sure that you're hitting all of your macros, right? Your fats, your carbs, your protein, especially the protein to help build the muscle, getting massages, getting adjustments, really taking care of your body. Because for me, the easy part was the working out. Like, I'm someone who's committed. Once I say I'm going to do this, I stick to it and I do it. But all these other things that go along with it, not only just the working out, but being able to get on stage and pose the proper way so that you can flex the muscles. That's a whole nother game, right? And then all the fun stuff comes along with it, which is the makeup, the hair, buying the suit. You get a posing suit to practice in, and then you get your actual bikini that specifically for your body. And let me just tell you, Jane, these bikinis are not just the bikinis that you buy in store for $50, $80. These can go anywhere from $300 to $1,000,
Wow.
really depending on the type of suit that you get. They've got this Swarovski crystal that's on them, and they are custom made for your body. So it's definitely something that is personal to each person. And that's the exciting part. So there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that goes into it financially as well, right? Because you've got to hire the coach. You've got to make sure that you're taking care of your body as well. And then all these other things that you have to put into it to actually get on stage. So went ahead, hired a coach, got in the gym, was working out. And let me tell you, I was doing a lot at the time. My full-time job in corporate America, my coaching business on the side, and then doing this bodybuilding competition as well. So by the time I would leave my house in the morning at 7:30 a.m., I would have, my three meals for the day, my gallon of water, what I needed for work, my gym bag to go directly to the gym right after work so that I could work out. And by the time I would get home, it would be like 8 o'clock at night. We hear a lot of the excuses. I don't have the time to do certain things, but when there's a will, there's a way. So I was really excited about it, wanted to go ahead and do this and make this a big challenge for myself. So here I was working out, working with my trainer. And then it was 2020 and COVID had hit. The country shut down in March. The show was scheduled for June. And as we know, everything kind of shut down. And they said, okay, the competition is going to be canceled, right? There's no way we can do this right now. So I had just worked really hard and in the gym every day, and it was canceled. So fast forward a little bit through that time, right? So the country had shut down for that year. I had gained a lot of the weight back that I had worked so hard for in 2020 because the gyms were closed. So I was doing some workouts, but I wasn't really committed like I was before. So in the meantime, I had put on this weight. I had lost some of the muscle. I wasn't in that routine of getting everything that I needed to get done. And so my coach had called me in 2021. I think it was January of 2020 because the show was going to be in June. He said, listen, the show is a go. I was like, "What? Wait a minute. Oh my goodness. I just put on all this weight. I haven't been working out. I don't know if I could really do this. Do you think I could do this?" He's like, listen, you work hard. You know what you've got to do. You can do this. So I was like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this is happening again. I was like, when I commit, that's it. I'm like, all right, I gotta do it. So of course, got back into the gym, getting into the routine again of eating all the proper meals and getting back in the gym. And it was a lot of work. It really was working out 5, 6 days a week. But again, I wanted to get on stage. So just before the show, probably about 3 weeks before the show, I had a breakdown. I had like a total meltdown. And I said to myself, I started like doubting, can I really do this? I feel like I don't have enough muscle on me. I still have cellulite on my legs. I don't know if I could get on stage. I don't know if I feel confident. Here I was again giving myself a short period of time because when I made this decision, I really had only given myself 8 to 9 months to build muscle. For someone who's never worked out in the gym before, it takes time to build muscle, especially if you're going to get on stage. But I really wanted to do this. But just before the show, like I said, I was having a breakdown. And sometimes we have to have a breakdown in order to have a breakthrough, right? And it's
Yeah.
like, I remember texting my coach and saying, you know what? I don't think I'm ready. I think I need to push this out a little bit longer because I just don't think I'm ready. And he immediately picked up the phone and called me and he was like, what is going on? And I just broke down crying. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I could do this. I think I need to wait. I'm not ready. I don't have enough muscle. La, 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 la. And this is why I love my coach because I remember him just giving me the most amazing pep talk. And he was like, Sandra, remember the reason why you decided to do this. You wanted to challenge yourself. You wanted to do something for your 50th birthday to be able to get on stage and do something and accomplish something that you've never done before. You're not doing this to win first place. You're not doing this because you want to be better than everybody else. You're doing this because it was a personal goal. It was something that you wanted to do. Don't worry about anybody else besides you. Kind of like just stay in your lane. You've got this. And I remember just like being in tears and thinking, I'm not ready for this. And the times that we say, I'm not ready. If I would have pulled out and said, I'm not ready, maybe I would never have done
Mm,
it.
mm,
Right. Because we think that we have to be sometimes ready in order to do things. And that's where it's like, you know what? No, you get to just jump in head first. You've made a commitment and you can do this. You get to believe in yourself. And that's where a coach comes in who believes in you as well and says, yes, you can do this. And after getting off the phone with him, I was like, oh, okay, all right, I'm going to do this. He's like, just remember, go back to your why. And this is why it is so important to be tied into why things are important for you, because that's what's going to keep you going during the tough times, right? Like we say, motivation is only going to get you so far, but it's the commitment that you have to show up consistently for yourself, right? Not for anybody else, but for yourself. And as a woman in this stage of my life, and this is already going back a few years already, we're older. Our body's going through changes. Things are a little bit different, right? We get to show up and love ourselves no matter what stage we're in our life. And when you make a goal, it's about you and what you wanted. So he kept bringing me back to that, and I said, okay, you're absolutely right. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm just going to get out there and I'm going to do my thing. And so, of course, I continued to work out. And what was really challenging, I'm going to say the workouts, yes, they were hard and they worked me hard. And drinking my water and getting my adjustments and getting massages. And I remember taking Epsom salt baths at night and getting enough sleep. But what was really tough was the posing. And that's where I think I was feeling a little bit like, oh, am I going to get this right? Here you are going on stage and your body is being critiqued by these judges. And not only am I just getting on stage, but I'm also next to all these other women who are a lot younger. And so you start making all these stories up in your mind. And right when Showtime came, and I was like, okay, in my mind, I just said to myself, Sandra, you're going to go out there and you're just going to rock this. You're going to go out there and be as confident. You're not going to give up. Rat's ass, who says anything? You're going to go out there as if you're just the most amazing person in the world, right? Like, go out there like the queen that you are, strut your stuff with confidence and give it your all, because who knows if you'll get back on stage and ever have the opportunity to do this
Yeah.
again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever do this again. So let me enjoy it. And that was the other thing too, is like, have fun with it. You've done all this work. You've been so committed. Just have fun with it and enjoy it. And of course, the day of the show is so super exciting because, the day before you go and you get your spray tan the day before. And then the day of, they do another spray tan. And then this is the fun part, right? Getting your hair done and the makeup and wearing this beautiful, I had like a hot pink bikini that I chose because pink is my favorite color, and the shoes and the jewelry and everything that goes along with it. Once you get all dressed up and then you see yourself, you're like, wow, this is something that I'm excited about. I'm nervous. I'm scared as shit, to be quite honest. Like, oh my goodness, I'm getting out there in a bikini at this stage in my
Mm.
life. I was 51 at the time. And I'm really, really going to do this. And I'm super grateful because I had such a wonderful support from my community, my friends, my family. I had a huge cheering section there for me that day. So I really felt really good. And I just got on that stage and I honestly, I look back and I just strutted my stuff like I was the best, the cherry on the whipped cream there, that I was like, this is like the most amazing feeling ever. And even though I was scared to do it, I did it anyway. And I have to say, Jane, it was the most empowering thing that I've ever done. It really just increased my confidence level tremendously at the end of that show.
Mm.
And I ended up coming in third place in my age group, which was absolutely amazing. I was really, really proud of myself, and all of the hard work that I had put into it was worth it. Just being on stage for me was a win. It didn't matter where I fell in terms of what place I was. I got 2 medals for third place, and then novice being a first time bikini competitor, third place as well. So it was really, really, really amazing. And I encourage anybody who is thinking about doing something, and it doesn't have to be a bikini competition, but something that kind of scares you a little bit,
Mm.
because you will find that when you come out to the other end, you're just going to be like, wow, look at what I did. And if I did this, I could only imagine all the other possibilities that are available for
Absolutely.
me, right? Because when we put our mind to something and when we want to do it, we're going to do it. When there's a will, there's a way, right? And the accomplishment that you feel like you've like, oh my God, I actually did this goal, something that I had thought about like as a child, like younger, like getting on stage. And I remember wanting to be a dancer as a child and like, oh, what would that be like on stage? And so that was kind of like my moment, was like being on stage. Who would have thought I was going to be in a bikini? And also, Jane, doing this all as a 100% vegan person, where a lot of people are not. Of course, we do have a lot of other competitors now, vegan competitors, but it really felt good to know that I was able to do it. And it was an amazing experience.
That's fantastic. I think you've touched on a really important point about keeping your world expanded as you get older, doing something you're frightened of, that you're not confident about. One of the things I see for a lot of people as they get older is that they do lessen their worlds get smaller and smaller because they only do things that they're really comfortable with. And
Right.
as you keep on doing that, the things that are comfortable become your world becomes very small. And it's much more exciting and fulfilling life if you do what you do and what I try to do, which is keep pushing at the boundaries, being curious about exactly what you can do with your life. And then it's much more
Absolutely.
enjoyable than this sort of scared thing, which
Mhm.
makes your world smaller. So just an amazing
Yeah.
story. I mean, I'm not sure at your age I would have done that. So I'm full of admiration for you. And I
Oh,
mean, one
no,
thing I
thank
think is
you.
really interesting. A lot of women of 50 say, "Oh, we're going to go on this amazing cruise," or we're gonna do, or I don't know, something else, this amazing holiday or whatever. And it's very enjoyable, but it doesn't enhance you as a person in the same way that doing a challenge like this.
Absolutely. And as we continue to get older, we really get to lean into continuing doing those things so that we continue to grow, right? Because if we're not doing things out of our comfort zone, we're not growing. We're actually
Yeah,
dying, right? And if you want to have be someone who has wonderful, vibrant life and live, you know, longevity, right? If you're into longevity, you got to continually challenge yourself to do things and step out of your comfort zone because fear really is only false evidence appearing real. We create these stories in our mind, and this is why mindset is so important, right? That we really get to exercise this muscle, right? This mindset muscle. And by doing these things, and that's for me is giving myself challenges because I know that if I sign up for a race and I'm going to do like I've done marathons and triathlons and things, once I sign up for that race, that's it. I'm committed. And I know that I've got to put the work in order to complete, that goal. And although it could be hard and there's things that will come in, right? Life is always happening. And this is the thing. It's like when people say I'm not ready, it's like, well, when will you be ready? Because life is happening every
yeah,
day.
yeah,
There's always going to be things that will be coming at you. And if we continually say, I can't do it now, I can't do it now, you're going to find yourself 20 years down the road in the same spot that you were at because you kept saying, I don't have the time, this thing. You know what? Life is happening now. Live it while you are here. We have this one body, this one opportunity. Enjoy life, enjoy it, do the things that make you scared.
yeah.
And you're going to find that, oh my goodness, wow, I'm a lot stronger than I thought I was. I'm resilient. I can commit to myself. And it's about showing up for you first and foremost, showing up for yourself.
Yeah, yeah. We've got another video you and I did, another interview you and I did, where we talked about your asthma and your other health problems and how you sorted those out by changing your diet. So there'll be a link to that at the end of this video. Tell us about your coaching, because you coach women, people.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yes. So yeah, when I started my coaching business, it was mainly helping anyone who was interested in transitioning to a more plant-based lifestyle. And so I started with my 21-day plant power challenge, introducing people to this lifestyle, teaching them how to get in the kitchen to cook delicious, easy recipes in 30 minutes or less. And then as I was going through my journey, the majority of my clients were females. And as I started in this age, in my 50s, I really, as I was challenging myself and I'm going through my changes now, being in menopause, really wanting to support the women in their 40s, 50s, and beyond to look and feel great, to feel sexy in their body at this stage of our life. We're now transitioning into this beautiful era that I say beautiful because I know there's been some challenges there as we go through menopause, but it's also another season of our life that we really get to be excited about what we can create for ourselves. And so that's what I love now, is really helping and supporting and mentoring and coaching women in this stage of our life to be able to breeze through it, through, again, having some challenges, doing the things to step out of your comfort zone and really enjoying and having a vibrant life so that we can continue just living this beautiful life and trying new things. And yes, now I do one-on-one coaching in different programs. I have a couple of different programs, generally 6-month programs or 12-month programs, and then my 21-day plant power challenge. I also do like VIP days where I can work with them for 4 hours and do what we call like a vivid vision workshop, where we take a look at what are their goals, what is it that they really want, and create a framework so that they can get there if they wanted to have just a nice session where they can be a little bit more focused and think about what are the goals and what are the accomplishments that they want to create in their lives. Yes, that is like, I love it. I love
Okay,
it.
so we're going to put all those links in the video description so people will be able
Okay.
to find you very easily. So thank you very much. I've loved
Excellent.
talking to you. You are such a good example of someone in their
Mhm.
50s who embraces life, has confidence, has energy, has a sense of purpose as well. So thank you very
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, Jane. And you're so inspiring. When I see you working out and doing your workouts, I'm like, yes, we got this, Jane. I love it. I love it. We get to just create this beautiful life and to change the way we look at age,
Yeah,
right? That just because we're getting older doesn't mean we get slower and we have to stop. No, it really means like, let's just embrace this stage of our life and enjoy it and be as healthy as we
yeah,
can.
indeed. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you.